Getting betrayed by your own people is the worst way to go out in the streets. Wando Rondo left the Crips after rumors that his own Rollin' 60 crew set him up. Bloodhound Lil Jeff was robbed by his own friends, and they had to face the consequences. Nas EVK got invited to a party but ended up walking into a trap. Lil Shum told his mom he had a bad feeling right before he was shot leaving a girl's house. These weren't random attacks, they were inside jobs. Drill rappers have been hit by these kinds of betrayals. Lil Jeff had one of the fastest rises and darkest falls in drill history. What started as a strong partnership quickly turned into one of the most shocking betrayals in the scene. Jeff was close with BKN, also known as Nitty Block. Their members were connected to Jungle, a crew on the west side of Chicago. Jeff would hang out with them, chill on their block, and even show love on social media. There's even a clip of him and Jungle acting like one of their own. Everything changed when two BKN members, Monty and Lil Rob, pulled off one of the most disrespectful robberies in Chicago drill history. Jeff was in the lobby of an apartment building with Monty and Rob when they asked to see his chain. Thinking nothing was wrong, Jeff handed it over, but in a flash, they ran off with it.
Go back to when Bloodhound Lil Jeff clears the air about Monty robbing him for his jewelry.
I've been served this announcement. On my dead grandmother's head, if I'm lying, I'm down. God could come pull me out this car right now. I never took a dollar from nothing. Said, let me take a picture, this, that, and that. I look up, the taking off down the stairs with 5 more extra. And I'm like, damn, I thought it was gangster. The whole time I'm right there still working with them. I'm telling them we could keep this gangster, be gangster, and I respect it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Just keep this gangster. One gangster, now look, sad.
I got mercy and money all
roses and teddy bears.
Do you think this was a valid reason for Lil Jeff to crash out?
Just days after the robbery, Monty showed up in a BKM vlog posted by Word from the Trenches. In the middle of the video, Monty FaceTimed Jeff, laughing and showing off the watch they stole, all while flexing on camera. Jeff, on the other end of the call, was clearly angry, trying to find out where they were.
Like I said, shout out Baby Drill, my big cousin Cho, 2 Feet Bino, shit, really the whole 4L gang. Like I fuck with the whole 4L. Shout out Young Nudie, and my cousin too, all my folk down there in the 8. It's going on for real.
You ain't got nobody in mind like you gotta fuck with like industry-wise like shit.
Really, like, I ain't gonna lie, twin. Like,
look, man, we got JL, man.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I ain't gonna lie.
Put that J in there.
Look, only artist I really wanna f with right now, probably Big 30, goddamn.
How much that is on y'all wrist right there, man?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
On January 26th, 2024, just 6 days after that FaceTime video, Monty and Lil Rob were seen walking near Innovations High School in downtown Chicago during their lunch break. It was around 12:30 p.m., and the streets were crowded. Suddenly, 2 cars pulled up and shooters wearing masks jumped out and started shooting. Monty and Rob were hit and dropped immediately. 3 weeks after the shooting, Lil Jeff released his biggest song yet, Ah, where he admitted to being behind the hit. In the song he rapped, "They did what they did, so they had to pay the consequence," hinting at the chain and watch robbery and Monty and Lil Rob having to face the consequences. He also rapped, "I hopped out with 4 poles and 2 got hit," which clearly referred to the attack. 2 shooters, 2 victims. The most self-incriminating line was when Lil Jeff said, "When I speak, it's only facts." He was referencing the viral video of Monty screaming, "Ah," after being shot. Not long after the double shooting of Monty and Lil Rob, Lil Jeff was involved in another drill incident. He pulled up to Trap City member's hood and saw Trap City Glenn in yellow shorts. Glenn ran inside for cover, but Lil Jeff chased him up to the porch. As soon as he got close, Trap City robbicked him, and Lil Jeff's reign in the streets ended. The feds finally made their move, and Lil Jeff was taken down. Authorities arrested Bloodhound T Slick for the hit on Monty. After Lil Jeff's death, Rob avoided charges for the murder, but it's widely believed that he would have been charged alongside Slick if he had still been alive. Nas EBK came up in the Bronx and was set up by PJ Glizzy. He was originally linked to several major crews in the city before becoming well known as a member of DOA. Nas was heavily affiliated with members of OGs in Cortland, including CJ Goon, Shaw Eek, and PJ Glizzy. He'd often hang out on their block and was selling weed, like wedding cake runs late at night. The relationship seemed strong enough that Nas probably saw the OGs as allies, or at least people he could trust. But everything changed when PJ Glizzy decided it was time to turn on Nas. After months of pretending to be cool with him, PJ set him up. Nas was invited to what he thought was a regular party and was told to wait upstairs until the elevator came. But when he got there, things quickly went wrong. 2 other guys showed up with PJ, and they jumped Nas in the hallway. Nas tried to run, knocking on a door of someone he thought could help, but it was the wrong apartment. PJ and his crew caught up to him and robbed him right there. They took a pound of wedding cake worth about $2,000 and tried to take more. Nas later said if he'd been carrying what he usually carried that day, the outcome might have been different. He said he was caught off guard, trusting the wrong people at the wrong time. After the robbery, Nas completely cut ties with the OGs and started repping the Sev side. Instead of denying the robbery, PJ Glizzy went live on Instagram and openly admitted to robbing Nas EBK.
You, bro, I'ma keep it a buck. I robbed you, gang. You ain't do about it. And I'm in the Rose right now. You still ain't do nothing about it. I'm in the same place that you could catch me every day in the Rose. Nas EBK, you're a bum. Stop mentioning me, bro. Nah, no funny shit, bro. You gonna get me mad, bro. Like, you DOA, I'm DOAK. Like, that game split back to back to back. Leave me alone.
Nas EBK said he had a lot more on him that day, including over $100,000 in a credit card in his book bag, which needed a PIN to use. PJ and his crew didn't know how to access it, so they only got the pound of weed. Nas clowned PJ for robbing, just a pound, saying he made that money back in 2 days. He also said the whole robbery was the result of years of building a fake relationship, just so PJ could get close enough to rob him.
How about that blind me for a pound? What's a pound? A pound of wedding cake. You dead ass? Yo, we broke, bro. A wedding cake. That's all they got from me. A pound of wedding cake. Congrats. That's $2,000. Oh my God. You got that right back in 2 days. And your own man's gonna vouch for that. CJ Goon watched me get the 2 bands back in 2 days. Literally trapping. Easy. Come on now. Yeah, had to do the most to get 2 bands. That nigga took 6 months of building up. Not even 6 months. Years. Fuck that. Years of building a relationship with me to get to me. So y'all can rob me for $2,000. Alright, bro.
Nas called it one of the biggest betrayals ever, especially because of how long PJ and his crew pretended to be close to him just to set him up. After that, Nas EBK left the OGs, moved to Sev's side, and started repping DOA. He began publicly dissing his former friends and focused on his new camp. In his track I'd Be Mad Too, he rapped, "Yeah, it was a couple bands, but who the heck does he think he is? That was supposed to be my man," hinting at the money PJ Gizzy robbed from him and how it wasn't much. After Nas opened up about being backdoored by PJ and others, fans started sharing their opinions, showing support for him but also frustration over the betrayal. One fan said, "I believe him 100% because it's the same way Blockwork explains why he fell out with them too. Backdooring is not cool." Another commented, "This dude kept it real, got to respect it." Others saw it as a lesson about trust, with some quoting lyrics that hit harder now, like Lil Durk's line, "Watch who you call your homie." These comments showed how fans felt. Nas wasn't just robbed, he was betrayed by people he trusted, and the streets took notice. Mimo 600 from the Memo 600 crew also knows what it feels like to be betrayed. He came up from the trenches of 60th and King Drive on Chicago's South Side. In 2019, Mimo officially signed with Lil Durk's label F, with co-signs from D-Thang and King Von, who were key figures in the label's growth. When Mimo dropped the remix to Exposing Me with King Von, his buzz exploded, and fans thought he was next. But everything changed after King Von's death in November 2020. Von had always shown love to Mimo and helped guide him through the industry, even helping him buy his first house and offering to pay for his grill. But once Von was gone, so was that protection. Then when D-Thang was gunned down months later, Mimo lost his second major connection. The thing is, King Von and D-Thang were the only ones who really messed with Mimo, and once they were gone, his support disappeared too. Mimo openly expressed feeling unsupported.
I mean, do you want to address why, you parted ways with OTF though?
Yeah, I had to do my own thing. I feel like I wasn't supported enough, like 100%. I'm too hot. I got Uzi features. It's a lot of shit, gang, that supposed to have been way more than what it was that was swept under the rug and hidden. You feel me? A lot of shit I really came up off steppers, bro, on my own. Like, you know, bro, them just pushed me. Respect to him for pushing me, but you know, that support wasn't there, gang. I feel like it wasn't there.
The support from who?
The label I was with OTF.
According to many fans on Reddit, Mimo was sneak dissing Lil Durk behind closed doors. One fan said, "He's also sneak dissed Durk a few times over the past couple of years. Think Durk just stays away from Mimo because of his antics and all the talking on Clubhouse." This led to Lil Durk falling out with Mimo, and many other F members sided with Durk. The disrespect hit a new level when Mimo's F chain with 600 Boy Forever on it got snatched not once, but twice. The first time, it was his ops like TTB Nez who posted videos showing off the chain.
We ain't giving that bitch back. We ain't giving that bitch back. We cannot get that bitch back. That bitch going up. That bitch going right in the books.
The second time Mimo's chain got taken, it wasn't by his enemies, it was by his own people. Jeff Bezu, a well-respected member of F, allegedly took Mimo's chain, and no one in the camp stepped in to stop it. This was the definition of backdooring, and it showed that Mimo was no longer safe within his own circle. On live, Zoo taunted Mimo directly, telling him to come get the chain in person and to stop talking online, saying he wasn't really 600.
Oh, this what you mad about? Yeah, that was for you, Mimo. You know what's going on. You ran on Kyle. I leaked the footage. Stop playing with me on this internet, nigga. What's wrong with you? Know how to act, put his brain on spot. Around, nigga. Tell Mimo bring his bitch ass since he want to get on the internet and put the internet in the streets business, nigga. This ain't got nothing to do with your block. You ain't from 600, clown. You ain't from 60, nigga.
Meanwhile, Memo tried to deny the rumors on Twitter, saying he still had his chain. In a tweet, he said, "On Steve, I don't know them fan-ass dudes. I got all my jewelry on right now. It wasn't me, Vic." In Lil Durk's new song snippet, he rapped, "I cut off Timo for a real reason. I ain't do that on purpose. I cut off Mimo for the same reason. He ain't serve his purpose." This shows how Durk and F feel about Memo. Later, Memo tweeted that he was no longer part of F. Lil Scoom was a rising drill rapper in Chicago. His name started circulating heavily in 2024, not just for his music, but also for his ties to Bloodhound Lil Jeff. On July 7th, 2024, everything changed when Scoom was fatally shot at the intersection of East 89th Street and Langley Avenue in Chicago. This sparked rumors and speculation that he had been set up by those close to him. What made Scoom's death suspicious was the timing and location of the shooting. Reports confirmed that Scoom had just left his girlfriend Journey's house after getting his hair done. Nene Brooks, the girl he was with, had a reputation for being involved in drama and had been linked to multiple incidents, with rumors suggesting she had relationships with other gang affiliates. After Scoom left her house, his girlfriend strangely stalled, not letting him inside. He was hit twice in the chest and later died at the University of Chicago hospital. According to Lil Scoom's mom, he had already expected something like this to happen. She tweeted, "Hi everyone, I'm Mama Scoom. All the laughs and jokes I accept because me and my baby had talks about this. He wasn't afraid, but one thing for sure, my baby called before he left saying he didn't feel right. I love you, son. Forever, and after this life." This raised even more questions, especially considering the company Scoom had been keeping before his death. Word on the streets was that Scoom had recently gotten close with Lil Jeff from Bloodhound. Some even speculated that Scoom might have been the one who gave up the location of Monty and Lil Rob, two rivals who were gunned down earlier that year. This could be the reason why he didn't feel right. Scoom had also admitted he dropped out of school shortly after Monty and Rob were killed, saying he couldn't go back after that.
Did you finish high school?
I dropped out.
Okay, what year?
This year.
Oh, you just dropped out.
Yeah.
You supposed to be in school right now?
Yes.
Damn.
I'm supposed to graduate. I was just locked up. I ain't even go to prom.
Okay.
That's f***ed up though. I want to go. I ain't gonna say like, I want motherfuckers to go to school, graduate and shit. I wanted that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
So you just dropped out this year? Was this year your senior year?
Yeah. That's dumb as hell. I dropped out my senior year, I know for. But everybody be telling when I tell them, they be like, "Dang, you dumb as f***, you should finish out." You knew what I knew. Shit get real.
Okay. So basically you was in a situation like you couldn't go back to school?
Hell no, 2 niggas died.
Okay, cool, right?
So they killed 2 kids in front of my school.
So you went to that school?
Yeah.
With the 2 kids that got killed? Whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's up, baby.
Many people believe that Lil Scoom's mental state and safety had been at risk long before the night of his shooting. Online rumors suggested that Nene Brooks might have been involved in setting him up. It was said that she fled the city after Scoom's murder, and false rumors spread on social media claiming she and her family had been killed. Nene tweeted, "They killed my auntie," and later said, "Watch who I low-key dropped now," which seemed like a cryptic message. One person who added to the speculation was Bango KD, who went live talking about being with Nene and Lil Scoom's girlfriend Journey just hours before Scoom was killed. Combining that with the fact that Scoom was shot right after leaving, Journey's house made many believe it was a backdoor setup. There were also reports that another teen, Lil Will, was with Scoom that night. Lil Will was shot as well, found inside an Uber and taken to the hospital. He survived, but what he told the police hasn't been made public. What makes this even crazier is that, according to fans on Reddit, the suspect was able to shoot Scoom, injure Lil Will, have a shootout with cops, and escape on foot without getting arrested, showing how laid back the Chicago Police Department can be. Many also believed that Scoom was already a marked man. Some thought his name had been brought up too much after the Monty and Rob situation, and if he really gave up the drop on them, it was just a matter of time before someone got revenge. Quando Rondo had his own issues after the 2020 death of King Von, which led to a beef with Lil Durk. King Von, a close friend of Lil Durk, was shot outside an Atlanta nightclub while fighting Quando Rondo, which caused a war between their crews. On August 19, 2022, in Los Angeles, Quando Rondo and his cousin Lul Pob were ambushed at a gas station near the Beverly Center. 3 gunmen opened fire on their black Cadillac Escalade, killing Lul Pob. Quando Rondo was unharmed physically, but was visibly shaken. Rumors spread that rapper Brick Baby, also affiliated with the Rollin' 60s Crips, might have been involved in setting up the attack by giving Lil Durk's camp information about Quando Rondo's whereabouts. In Lil Durk's case documents, a co-conspirator, referred to as Co-Conspirator 4, gave up Quando Rondo's location, and many people believe that Co-Conspirator 4 was Brick Baby.
Lil Durk and 5 co-conspirators have been arrested for murder for hire. In the situation where Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pob got killed in LA. When you go through the paperwork, it says that the location where Quando Rondo and his crew were staying in LA was provided by co-conspirator 4. And right when it happened, a whole bunch of people started to say Brick Baby is co-conspirator 4. In fact, I had Whack 100 on my show, and I think he was trying to imply the same thing.
So they said that or co-conspirator number 4 is I'm the one that provided the location to
Lil Durk, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nah. You know what I mean? Like, I know it looks, I wouldn't be right here doing all this first and foremost if I was
Big U, a big homie in the Rollin' 60s, has long promoted the check-in practice, where visiting artists coordinate with him for protection. Quando Rondo's failure to check in with Big U was met with criticism. Federal investigations later showed connections between Big U's check-in policies and the deadly incident involving Lul Pob, suggesting that the backdoor might have come from his own gang on the West Coast. These events led Quando Rondo to publicly renounce his gang ties. In a heartfelt statement, he spoke about the lack of loyalty in gang culture and announced that he was leaving the Rollin' 60s, signaling his decision to walk away from that life. Many fans supported him, especially given his efforts to change and move away from gang life. One fan wrote, "I be low-key feeling bad for homie, showing empathy for him, even if they didn't always agree with his past decisions." Another viewer took a more spiritual approach, saying, "Wando blessed with wisdom and divine guidance," implying that his decision to step away from street life was not only wise, but part of a bigger journey. Some fans criticized the industry, as a whole, confused as to why Quando was getting so much backlash despite trying to evolve. One person wrote, "I don't understand why the industry mad at Quando, it's crazy. I support Buddy.